Hello, St. Joe, and welcome to the Weekday Update with us, two of your new anchors, Bridget Grogine
and Amel Hamed, and today is D-Day, May 1st, 2014.
Let's get to the news.
Ticket for The Beat Goes On will go on sale Monday, May 5th during the lunch mods. The show begins May 8th through 10th at 7 o'clock in the theater. Tickets are $8 in advance and $10 at the door.
Please join us at the Fine Arts Department's last entertainment of the year. And Mr. Stein wants you to join the movement. Next Thursday, May 8th, Club Sandwich presents Jimmy John's.
Don't get lost behind. Buy your ticket to happiness by next Wednesday.
And from the Earth Angels desk, over 170,000 pounds of plastic has been collected. So thanks a bunch to all who participated and helped to make St. Louis a little greener.
In honor of St. Joseph the Worker, Rosella and Malaya have prepared a clip on weird jobs our faculty have held.
Sister Carol, what's the weirdest job you've ever had?
I worked in a pickle factory for 2 summers.
And what did you do there?
What did I do there? A number of things. I stood for 12 hours a night, 6 nights a week, and just stuffed cucumbers in the jars. Another time I just had this hammer and just pounded the cucumbers in the jar so that the lid would go on. I took rotted cucumbers off the assembly line and threw those out, and we made the pickle relish out of that.
Was it your favorite job?
Oh, no. It was very hot, very smelly. But then they noticed how smart I was. So then they put me in the lab. So then I worked in the lab testing the brine and making sure it wasn't bad. So there you go.
That's great. Do you have any funny stories to tell for them? Besides the whole experience.
Pickle story. If I could get sued now. Well, one time in the lab, the person who was in charge of analyzing French's yellow mustard was not there that night. So I had to do her lab work. And I was wrong. There's a humongous vat in 1975 that was processed that would have tasted pretty bad. That was not good.
You tasted it?
No, but I found out later that, you know, when you distill or titrate, I don't know if you've ever done any of those kinds of things. Okay. I misread it. I read it for something else, and I said, yes, it was good, and it was not. Yes.
All right. Thanks, Sister Karen.
Yeah.
Well, I've had plenty of weird jobs, I guess, but after a long and illustrious career in retail marketing and healthcare philanthropy, I'm here at St. Joe, and I love it. But when I was in college, I had some weird jobs. I think my favorite was Joan Rivers Delivers. I did singing telegrams, and it went a little like this. Oh, grow up! Can we talk? Happy birthday! Can we talk? And then I also did stand-up comedy at the Funny Bone Comedy Club. So that's where I did other impressions, including Joan Rivers, and who else? I did Helen Reddy. Do you remember Helen Reddy? I did other impressions, Lena Horne, all these names that I'm sure no one's heard of. But yep, Joan Rivers Delivers. Grow up!
I was a dishwasher for a summer. That was awful. Almost broke my ankle doing that. I was a manager at a convenience store on campus in college. Student manager, and they nicknamed me Stud Man. And now I'm embarrassed.
Is there a reason for that?
Student manager, Stud Man, yeah.
Weirdest job was the summer before I went to college, and it's the reason that I stayed in college, as a matter of fact. If it was the most motivating factor ever. I worked at a chicken plant, and I got to handle livers and hearts and gizzards all day, every day. If that isn't a reason to stay in college, I don't know what is.
Have you had any weird jobs or funny stories from jobs before you worked here?
Well, before I started here, I worked at a little mom and pop computer repair store, and we had these customers that brought in a computer that wouldn't turn on anymore. So whenever we opened up the computer to figure out what was going on, we saw on the inside of the power supply that cockroaches had crawled into it, and they crawled across 2 different leads and basically electrocuted themselves. And that's why the computer wasn't turning on.
Jess?
I've had 2 that were fairly interesting after I graduated from college. And had not found a teaching job at that point. And one was working for a meteorologist, and he was computing the hailfall in Gosper County, Kansas. And my job was to read the data sheet and draw little circles on the different counties in Kansas to show how much hailfall had fallen in each month of each year. The data was huge. I think I lasted 4 hours at that one, and then I decided that wasn't for me. Second job that I had that was a little odd was I worked for Honeywell and was given the blueprints for their big equipment that they were going to be building for customers. Had to count capacitors and resistors of different types, figure out how many orders they had for each of those machines, and then go down into the bins and make sure that there was enough product, enough capacitors and resistors for them to build those machines. But since I didn't know which capacitor or resistor was which, I'm not sure that I really was very accurate in my work. So those were very strange jobs.
Thanks, Malai and Rosella.
And now we have a wonderful weather clip.
Oh, today is Thursday, and it's probably raining. 16-mile-per-hour wind is sure to blow you away on May 5th. Temperature-wise, it will be in the 50 to 80 range, sunny and cloudy.
Well, that's all we have for you today.
Have a great day
And a pleasant tomorrow.
Nice.